A single machine costing hundreds of millions of dollars just rode a pillar of fire into space to do a job that most of us take for granted. This is not a scientific probe or a military secret. It is a 15,000-pound commercial beast designed to fundamentally change how a continent stays connected. SpaceX recently launched a massive SiriusXM satellite, a craft that tips the scales at roughly 15,000 pounds. To put that in perspective, while SpaceX is famous for launching thousands of Starlink satellites that weigh only about 500 pounds each, this is a completely different animal. This is a heavy-lift mission to geostationary transfer orbit. Unlike the Starlink satellites, which orbit just a few hundred miles above your head, this satellite is heading to an altitude of over 22,000 miles. At that height, the satellite effectively hovers over one spot on Earth, providing consistent, rock-solid service across an entire landmass. The weight, those 15,000 pounds, is almost entirely driven by the physics of the mission. When you launch a satellite that far from Earth, it requires massive amounts of onboard fuel just to circularize its orbit and keep it stationary. That is the cost of geostationary reliability. The satellite is packed with high-power amplifiers, sophisticated signal processors, and massive deployable solar arrays that would look more like wings than traditional satellite panels. It is essentially a flying, continent-sized radio tower, and it costs more to build than a skyscraper. But why pay the exorbitant price of launching such a massive object? The answer lies in the business model of digital infrastructure. A single one of these satellites can broadcast hundreds of channels of audio data across the entire United States, Canada, and parts of Mexico simultaneously. It provides service to millions of cars, homes, and marine vessels without needing a single additional ground station or fiber optic cable in those locations. It creates a seamless blanket of connectivity that ignores geography. Mountains, oceans, and rural deserts are irrelevant to its signal. This launch highlights a fascinating split in modern spaceflight. On one side, you have the mass production era of space. Thousands of Starlink satellites, smaller, cheaper, and designed to work together as a hive mind network. On the other side, you have these legacy monoliths, these massive, highly specialized, hyper-expensive machines that are built to last for 15 years and carry the broadcast weight of an entire industry. The fact that SpaceX is now the go-to provider for these massive commercial assets is a testament to the reliability of their fleet. Launching a 15,000-pound asset that effectively functions as a major corporate revenue stream is a high-stakes game. Insurance premiums for these missions are astronomical, and companies require a launch vehicle that has a proven track record of placing payloads exactly where they need to go. SpaceX has turned the heavy lift market into a routine operation, making what used to be a terrifyingly rare event into a standard part of the monthly calendar. As we look up, we are seeing the sky divided between two different strategies: the swarm of internet satellites and the massive, broadcast behemoths. Both are vital to modern life. One keeps you browsing on your phone in the middle of nowhere. The other keeps your car radio playing crystal-clear music while you drive through the deepest valleys. We are living in an era where infrastructure is no longer just concrete and wires. It is made of gold foil, aluminum, and solar wings, parked in orbit, quietly doing the work that keeps the modern world spinning. If you had to choose, which do you think is more vital for the future of our planet? The swarm of thousands of small, low-orbit satellites providing global internet, or these giant, specialized monoliths delivering high-fidelity broadcasts across entire continents? Follow this page right now if you want to understand the machines that are quietly building our future, because we cover the real story behind the launches every single week.